Welcome to On the 7's. Today we're going to recap what happened during the week. Now, we're all still fresh with what happened in Roanoke, Virginia. The cameraman and the interviewer, Adam and Allison, who had been gunned down on live television. The a former colleague of theirs was terminated 2 years prior and all of a sudden came on the scene and shot them live. The interviewee, whose name is Vicky Garner, she is now out of surgery and is in stable condition. I guess the only concern that I have at this point is who was the gunman still consulting with back at the station? 2 years prior is such a long time in between then and now, and how would he know where to go to commit such a heinous crime? And not only that, but what was perhaps going through his head in order to commit such a crime? To think that you would not be caught or for I guess, have any type of consequences after the fact. What is really going on? And my 2 cents about it really is going off of feelings. The biggest one that a lot of America goes by, yes, I said it, is anger. The first and foremost feeling that people usually use, whether you're in traffic, you get cut off by someone, or you don't get your way in a customer service situation, or something going on at home, the first thing you do is get riled up. And you don't want to make a brash decision such as that, maybe to kill someone or to harm someone because it is not going your way. What is it that we can do as a society to calm down the anger that everyone is experiencing? It's beyond needing a solution. What is it that we can do? Talk to the person, do whatever it is that we need to do. But this man who created this devastation, of course, he's no longer living right now because he died from a self-inflicted gun wound. Sorry to say, but happy to say at the same time that they found out who it was. But now you've taken the lives of 2 young people for no reason, 24 and 27. They were just beginning life. And on live TV, that hit close to home because that's close to what I do. So whenever I am out in the field, hopefully will be soon, I don't want to have to run into that same issue. So let's find out what was going on. Also, I'm not sure if you were aware of such situation, but he also sent a 23-page letter to the station before he even tried to commit this murder. So we'll give you further details about that. In later news, there was a Michigan man who was taken into custody for robbing a bank. Of course, we always think when people rob banks, they just want the money. But in this case, it was special. His 1-year-old daughter has what is known as retinoblastoma cancer, 1 year old. Now, he came into the bank and he slipped the teller a note saying that to hand over some money and that he had an automatic handgun or a rifle. It wasn't specified, but had an automatic weapon and was to hand over the cash. He wasn't too successful with robbing the bank, but he did do it for a good cause. I'm not condoning him robbing the bank, but when your child has something such as cancer and the baby's only 1 year old, what would you do? In such situation where your back is up against the wall and your insurance company tells you that they are no longer going to pay for your child to receive chemo treatments, and she's only 1. If you're not familiar with retinoblastoma cancer, it's a rare form of cancer that only affects children under the age of 5 years old. 25% of these children inherit from their parents, and the other 75% receive it when they are still developing in the womb. It begins in the retina, and it can start in one eye over to the other, and eventually develop other tumors in the brain. Now, the father was trying to rectify the situation by getting money to help his daughter, but now he's in custody for a $500,000 bond. It reminds me of the movie John Q. Even though it was fictional, but it was based on a real story, it just puts it in perspective that at any time that this can be you or I. So don't take life for granted. And remember, if it was your children, what would you do? So let's not be so quick to judge. So, with all this violence going on in the world and people trying to help their families as far as insurance and just making ends meet, let's remember it can always be us. Until next time, join the convo.